UK clubs, a lot of them are also closing down. And it's the same in
That's true.
Singapore, you know. I don't know, is it the same in Germany?
The problem is not only that they're not doing well, the main problem is, as a DJ also in 2024, it seems like you cannot wait until someone books you. Sometimes you have to throw the event yourself. I was never booked in Berlin for some reason.
Like how you mentioned, right? Boiler room, don't book me, so I created my own boiler room. It's a real trend, you know.
This is type of clickbait titles that people are reacting to because everyone knows Boiler Room, and I think 90% of the people who used to like Boiler Room are upset with it because it's like nothing to do with DJing no more.
I think you're still going very strong in the art of turntablism. How's the scene over there in Europe? I think in Asia it's like kind of weak, you know. We can't really do much. People don't really appreciate.
Yeah, generally the DJ scene is strong in Germany. I think turntablism, especially, is not so much in the focus no more. There is no mainstream platform that's really pushing it hard. It's back to the micro niche that it always was in, you know. So I'm happy to see that there are competitions again. DMC started their own little like 3-style type of competition, I think, and ITF did as well. So
ITF is back.
not ITF. What is the other competitor? IDA. I'm sorry.
IDA. Oh yeah.
So they are having a battle that is also like club related, and I think just because of this, it will become more of a thing again. That you know, also the mainstream is looking into that.
Yeah, I hope, man, everything comes full circle. And especially I was missing those IDA promo videos, man, with foreign beggars, and you know, there's an episode with DJ Fly and the French rapper. Oh my god, so good. I think I put on repeat like 100 times or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So fast forward to something that recently happened. Maybe not recently, like 1 year plus ago, right? Like when you were talking about DJing on TikTok and everybody is like grilling you for grilling someone. And then right, they're like, hey, who's this guy? I'm like, dude, this guy just won the world championship in 2014, you know? And it kind of like doesn't apply to like the generation now. Like, I feel like the generation now is like a little bit rebellious as compared to last time. You know, last time if you're a champion, right, you're like forever immortalized, you know. Everybody respect you. Oh, this is the 2006 champion. Even if it's like 2014, they still get the same level of respect. But right now, it's like nobody really respect or look at this kind of accomplishment and you know, and take it too seriously. Everything just lasts a moment. You know, how are you guys like coping with this? Especially like, you know, I can totally feel in your position, right? If you win like a 2014 world champion, and that should you know, be the highlight of your career. But I feel like right now you still have to kind of adapt to the current space of the music. So how are you like going about doing it?
Yeah, I mean, on social media in general, the respect is very low. So people see content of people that they've never seen in their life before and think they can have an opinion on it without knowing any other facts than they just see on the video.
Yeah.
And they put bold comments up in videos of people they don't know about their history. So stuff like this happens. And actually, the algorithm that sends out my content to people that don't know me is actually quite a good thing, right? But it also happens that they haven't seen, like, they don't know my past, you know, they don't know what I have done in the past. And if I make a bold statement calling out other DJs, if they do something that I don't like, or in that particular case, I just wanted to let people know that the mixes were great, but he should have done it live because it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, people get it the wrong way. I wanted to not take him down. I wanted more like
Protect the craft.
encourage him to do better, you know, because
Yep.
that would make the whole thing perfect. But yeah, it's on the artist or on the creator what they put up. And I mean, if they don't treat me with respect, it's simple due to the fact that they don't know who I am, and that's totally fine. I mean, as I said earlier, turntablism or DJ battle scene is a micro niche, so
Yep.
this is not as big as the people that are in the niche think it is. That's what I've learned over the last 10 years, you know, after
Yeah.
becoming a world champion in DJ battles. And, you know, so that's why you gotta like adjust to it and make the best out of the situation. If you get attention for whatever reason, just try to make it work for you, you know. You can
Yeah.
always
That's so true.
convert people to fans. That's what I believe in. Even if they like don't treat you with respect. If you tell them, hey yo, I did this and this and this and I made that and that, and they might check you out and start becoming a fan, you know.
Yeah, you're totally right. I don't know if you know the hak tour girl, the trend, where the girl is like telling, to spit on that thing. I don't know if you know that trend.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, right now she's like having her own talk show and, raising so much money, and then she can, give to the needy and everything. I think if she can make it, I believe like anybody that's like, contributing greatly to the DJ scene will definitely be able to make it.
Yeah, yeah. Internet is interesting place. So you can go viral for something and make the if you make the best out of it, maybe it change your life, you know. So I mean, I'm happy to put out content, and it really helped me to be even more relevant now than I was 10 years ago. I
Yeah.
still feel my career is still going up, you know. I played major festivals this year, big stages here in Europe, and helped me to break into another niche. I'm now totally into the drum and bass scene, producing drum and bass each and every day, putting new sets together, uploading sets, posting clips of my live gigs, you know. And
Yeah.
I have the feeling the scene really appreciates this, and I get
Yeah.
more and more cool opportunities in the scene to play at festivals, collaborate with cool other artists that already have a name on the scene, and internet gave me the chance, you know. So I'm super grateful for that.
Yeah. I this is definitely something I want to cover about. But then the thing is, I want to like rewind a little bit back to like 2014 when you just first won
Yeah.
Ripple 3 Styles World Championship, right? Do promoters kind of put pressure on you like, hey, you're the turntablist guy, your set should be a lot of turntablism, and it shouldn't be about DJing that much, because DJing by itself is quite normal, right? You don't really do a lot of cuts and whatever. You are just playing music to let people enjoy. But then when it comes to turntablism, it really is like another art form. So do they kind of enforce it on you like, hey, you're the turntablism guy, the fans come here to see this, or you can do whatever?
Um, Actually, never really told me what to do on my shows. I had one moment where I was booked for a show and I only was supposed to play 15 minutes and they didn't tell me. That was the only really awkward moment, actually, when I
Oh,
was traveling like super far and they told me, yeah, 2 more minutes. And I'm like, I just started. I
what?
thought my set is like 60 minutes, 90 minutes, whatever, but they just booked like the showcase set. That was the only
Okay.
moment that was really confusing. But overall, like my sets everywhere I go are DJ shows. I see myself not only as like not as a turntablist, more like a performance DJ. So what I do is I put on a DJ performance, and if people want to watch it in the club and just stand there and see what I do, it's fine. But I mainly hope for the crowd to go crazy and have a good time to what I do. And for me, for myself, I want to like incorporate as much as possible the live DJ performance with the cue points, with the loops, with the live mashups, stuff like that. You know, a little bit of scratching, and that is what makes me like super happy. And I think that separates me a little bit from the regular DJ that is booked to clubs. I mean, I'm not the only one doing this. Of course, there are many other great DJs, but that is especially in drum and bass right now. My style is very different to the style of the other DJs, and always try to like showcase that on each and every show.
Yeah, that's great. And when we refer to showcase sets, because I used to do turntablism, or maybe still do now, but a little bit lesser than last time. And we oftentimes get booked for two kinds of shows. We get booked for DJ showcase and showcase DJ sets and showcase sets, you know. And do you kind of price that differently? You do not need to tell me how much you charge, but then do you kind of price it differently? Oh, for a showcase set, I actually charge different from like a DJ set.
No.
Or is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same actually. I play the same stuff at both shows. I don't do any different stuff. I haven't been booked to a showcase set in a long time, to be honest. Like after I won Freestyle was different, that I was booked like to trade shows to present a new piece of gear, but I still take the mixes, routines and stuff that I play on my live shows and just put it together in a shorter showcase.
Yeah.
And I don't. For me, it's no difference, to be honest. It's a if it's a festival, I will play the same routines and stuff, because my main goal and it was the same with freestyle, right? When I was in freestyle, all the routines that made me become the world champion were stuff that I was already playing the whole year in my club sets. That's why I was so confident with it. Of course, for freestyle, I put everything together so it works quite well together, right? But overall, this whole set was not put together as a 15-minute piece. It was like I took parts from from my whole club sets, put them together in one set. So I was really used to do these mixes. It was not something that I played for the first time at the battle. You know, some parts were new or I created in the process of putting the set together, but it was not like this. And I still work like that until today. You know, when I find a great idea, I execute it to make it even better, put it in my set, and then I keep playing it for a while. So sometimes I come across a cool mix and I think, oh yeah, this could be great with this and that. And then make it perfect, play it for as long as it sounds good to me, and then switch, like kick parts out, put new ones in. And so the set always lives forever. Some parts are there for a long time. Other parts will kicked out over time. So it's always like fluid or whatever. I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah. It's great, man. Like you kind of live and breathe the showcase sets within your normal DJ sets, you know.
Yes.
So when it's time to showcase, you can showcase. When it's time to DJ set, you know, it's like smooth, fluid. You can switch between modes or stay at one mode. Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah. And I always try to put as many as my own production inside the set. And and then it's pretty easy for me to put a set together, you know.
And I think for Europe, right, the music festival scene is kind of like a national attraction. Like everything is there, you know, and definitely the gig opportunities is a lot. But do you also get bookings from Asia as well, or is Asia not that much?
Can you say it again, please?
Yep. So I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
I can hear you. I
Europe.
just didn't understand properly.
Oh yeah. So within Europe, right?
Yeah.
Music festival is like a very important part of the European culture. It is like almost like a
Yes.
tourist attraction of sorts, right?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I believe there's a lot of opportunities for you to perform at big venues and small venues alike. But then the thing is like, do you receive the same amount of love in Asia as compared to Europe?
I haven't been in Asia for a while, to be honest.
Yeah.
There are some offers from time to time, but right now, I'm still waiting for some opportunities that are fitting my style, you know. So
Right.
if someone from Asia would ask me to play a freestyle set because they are a big fan of what I did 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't do it because
Oh,
you know, my style of DJing is still the same, but my music is now different. So I won't go there and play at a hip hop party, you know. If they would
yeah.
book me for electronic festival and give me 60 minutes on a festival stage, I would do it. But if they want to book me to a hip hop night, I think I wouldn't do it because it doesn't match my style. It wouldn't help the party to, you know, they wouldn't fit the concept of the event. So
Yep.
it it needs to fit within what I do and also what the event expect. And since Three Style doesn't do showcases no more because the competition don't exist no more, it I haven't been booked to Asia in a while, you know.
Yep.
So I can't really say how it is now. Back then, I always got mad love and played like literally the same sets that I was playing over here. I played there and people loved it. And I'm pretty sure it will be the same when I come back at some point. But
Yep.
right now, I don't really know how the scene is. You need to tell me.
Yeah, honestly, I think the Asian scene's a bit slower because I feel like Europe is always, everybody knows Europe is always ahead. You guys are constantly pushing the boundaries, and then maybe like US is like, catching up, and then after that Asia will copy US. So it's like everybody's like copying, US copying UK, and then Asia copying US. So it's like Asia is like kind of the slowest, which I think also it kind of affects because you are playing drum and bass, right? Here right now, I think maybe hard techno is big or something like that over in Asia. And then I think D&B still needs a couple of years or maybe a few more months before we can catch up to like what the Europeans are doing. But like
Yeah.
I think ever since like Chase and Status, oh my god, they like I wouldn't want to say popularized because all the D&B hits were like hate me, but then like I guess they bring drum and bass to the forefront once again, and then it starts to become more popular in the clubs right now, I believe. Yeah, and the fact that you can do tone play and like scratch at that BPM and still keep the crowd engaged,
Yeah.
right? That is insane. And if we were to do the same thing in Asia, right, it's probably not gonna happen because people is like, they don't even know how to dance to like DMP, let alone enjoy the technical
Okay.
aspects of it. Yeah, yeah. And
Hmm.
another thing that we
Yeah.
often discuss with like some of our guests, right? Some of our guests are like, how do you call them? They are like tech experts where they will set up the equipment for the DJ. They will set up for like ultra. They set up for circle music, and then the DJs will come out and play. And then oftentimes they say that because the DJ gear is getting more and more complex, that to the point where the normal people do not even understand what's going on, right? And then we are going so technical. Most of the time, people don't even know what we are doing. And even certain times, right, there are people that do not actually know real turntablism, but they can act like they know because people don't know they are actually pressing the buttons,
Yeah.
So it's so difficult to like kind of showcase what you can do, especially when there's that knowledge gap between the artist and the crowd. Don't you think so?
Yes. It was a problem in Three Style at some point as well. That You
Yeah.
couldn't really tell where sounds were coming from because the pre-production that went into the sets of the competitors, especially during the last and final years of the competition, were so huge that you couldn't really tell, was this pre-produced, was this in the file, was this done live, where did the sound came from? And I think for someone who just came to a party to enjoy music, it's even harder. What really helps, in my opinion, for a DJ like me is the performance pads on a mixer. That's why I really like to play on a like DJM S11 or use the hot cues of the CDJ 3000s so they can really
Yeah.
see it's like tick, 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 or the
Yeah.
stuff that James Hype does on the CDJs with the cue. They see a movement and it automatically translates to sounds. So
Yep.
this is working, and this is something that everyone's understanding. But yeah, people use in especially in TikTok and Instagram, use like mixes with pads and everything to fake it. And yeah, of course, regular people won't understand that it might not be real.
Yeah. Precisely. And as you dive more deeply into production, I believe you also see the importance of TikTok. So how, as a DJ, right, do you have any advice for, let's just say, a producer that's trying to, have their songs being circulated on TikTok? Do you have any hacks for TikTok? How do you like kind of promote a new track that you just released? Do you make a routine out of it and post it on TikTok?
Yeah, for example, I do this. I think I do all this stuff that is already known, like put a little video up where you like go through the tracks, tell them, I use this sample and this and this and this. Here's the bass line. Altogether sounds like this. It's always a really interesting video, in my opinion, because people that are producing music themselves can see, okay, these are the single sounds that make the track. Yeah, DJ routine is always good. I always like these reaction videos. If you like send it to someone and they react to it, it's also
Ah,
kind of cool. But overall, I'm right now on my TikTok. I don't know, my views are kind of low. Some videos working really well, especially DJ routines, but I don't know why that is. As soon as I try to promote a track that I made, the views going down. If I use if I use a popular track and make a DJ
yeah,
routine with it and remix it on the fly, it usually gets a lot of like interaction, comments, and views. But as soon as
yeah.
I try to promote a track, I feel like they already know, he wants to advertise, and then the views going down. So maybe I'm not the right person to really ask for a hack on TikTok.
Right, right, right.
But I think to
What do
be
you
a
think?
little bit controversial is always good on TikTok. So do like kind of clickbait type of um,
Yeah,
headline, and then people react to it eventually. Yeah.
right, right. What do you think of like Dylan Francis, Valentino Khan kind of humor? I don't know. Even like like the French turntablist touchdown. I'm not sure if you know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's starting to do more funny stuff, right? Is that the way moving forward? Or like, no, we can't do that, it's too cringe.
yeah, I like him, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, touchdown is damn skillful. Oh my god.
huh?
A DJ touchdown, the French DJ. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's
The
really good.
cuts are so precise. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's really good, and also I like that he is a house DJ, right? And still do all these turntablism stuff that is really really cool and sets him apart from lots of other DJs on the scene. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool. Yeah, about Dylan Francis, Valentino Khan, I don't really know. I don't follow them,
Mm,
so I don't know what they are doing. But
mm.
Touchdown is really creative with with his
Marketing.
content, and I really hope that it works out for him. It's just, things cool.
And then
Great news.
I believe you're like doing like a million things, right? Do you kind of like keep to a particular schedule, or you know, you are like winging, like, you know, you have different schedules every day. You sleep at a different time every day.
No, actually, try to like get in the studio / office early in the morning. So around 8:30, 9. Then I work here until like 3 or 4, sometimes till 6, depends on how much stuff is on the table.
Yep.
Work on music, work on the social media stuff, work practicing for a new set. I have 2 sets coming up on the weekends, and they are both recorded. So I gotta do a little bit like different stuff, you know. Then
Yeah.
I've also cooperations with companies. You know, if you have a big following, like companies come up and want to work with you for some like advertisements or stuff on your socials. That's also kind of cool. I like that. And yeah, there's also like working on new merch, setting up ads for your events. As a DJ, also in 2024, it seems like you cannot wait until someone books you. Sometimes you have to throw the event yourself. So, for example, in Berlin, I was never booked in Berlin. For some reason, I always had to do the events myself. And this year, was throwing like kind of boiler room type of event in Berlin, and we went sold out in a massive venue.
Damn.
But it was a lot of work, and that is how my day looks like. Like, wake up early, work a lot, try to squeeze in as many stuff, and if what I don't mark as done on this day, we'll move to the next one, and then I go
Snowball.
Yeah, and trying to get as much as possible done, getting out new music, and try to make all these events work. And yeah, that's basically it.
Do you even sleep? Because like you wake up so early, right? But then the thing is, you know, you play a late set. What time does your set end? 2 to 3 a.m. and then next day you are like back to the studio at 8 a.m.
It depends, because it's on the weekend when I travel for gigs, then I won't be in the studio next day because I have to travel home. But on the regular days during the week, like Monday to let's say Thursday, I'm regularly in the office or studio. And on the weekend, when there is a show, I will travel, and of course, I cannot be in the studio.
Right.
So I have like 8. I have 7-8 hours sleep each day, so no problem. On the show days, it's more critical, to be honest. Like this weekend, I have to travel to the UK, and I have to start in my hometown, Dresden, Germany, 9 a.m. Then go by train to Berlin, then fly from Berlin to Amsterdam, then fly from Amsterdam to Bristol, and arrive there at 5 p.m. Then we have the first set recording at 7:30 or something, and then I can go to the hotel, come back for the second show, for the real headline show that I will play, I think, from 12:30 to 2 a.m. And my flight back, it was the cheapest option, is 6 a.m. So this won't be no sleep at all. This is more complicated, yeah. But when I'm here in my hometown working in the studio, it's actually very regular day job.
Yeah, I believe so. Like I spoke to Purari previously, right? And you know, we were sharing the sentiment like the older we get, the less we like touring. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, I like touring, but traveling got more and more complicated somehow. Layovers, super expensive.
Yeah, flight prices,
flights, etc.
Yeah, and you know, like how you mentioned, right? Boiler room, don't book me. So I created my own boiler room. It's a real trend, you know, because there's like few people doing this in Singapore as well. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
obviously yours is like the upsized version, you know. So
It is.
what?
Yeah, it's actually what I said earlier. This is type of these clickbait type of titles that people are reacting to, you know,
Yeah.
because everyone knows Boiler Room, and I think 90% of the people who used to like Boiler Room are upset with it is now, because it's like
Mm.
had nothing to do with DJing no more.
Mm.
And I stand for real DJing or DJing, you know, and performance DJing. And I'm really a DJ that does a lot on the decks that is worth to be displayed and
Yes.
streamed as a video, because I'm really doing something. But 90% of all the Boiler Room sets are like just someone who press play once and then it runs through. Then the next horrible transition is coming in, and this is absolutely worse. So that's why I was using this word Boiler Room to like get the people attention, because they're already used to like Boiler Room stuff is
Yeah.
shit. But now they see actually
Oh
like
no.
a cool video of a DJ actually doing something, you know? So
Firstly, I want to comment right on the LED screens. How the hell do you guys get all the screens like 360? You know, is it part of the venue or you fixed the? You know.
yeah, there was a real problem. So my idea was to make the most craziest 360, as we call it now, that Berlin has ever seen. So I was searching for solutions, because now you have the DJ in the middle, the crowd all around them, and they call it a 360. And I wanted to make it even more like 360, with a 360 video wall around the crowd, and
Yeah.
then have the crowd and myself transported into like certain worlds, you know. So me and some people from Dresden started rendering visuals in Unreal Engine that is
Yeah.
used for computer games, to like create like a forest or a city or a desert town, etc.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to display them in the venue, and so the people that are standing inside, they feel like, oh, now I'm in the forest, now I'm in the hills, now I'm in so we bring them into different worlds. So that was the idea. But then I figured out, okay, if I want to have LED screens that are so big all around me, this will cost a fortune. So
Yeah.
it was way too expensive, because this was my own show. I had to set up everything by myself. So I
Yeah.
found someone who helped me realize the idea and funded some money, Glow, and they helped me to put everything together. But still, the money that we could raise from the ticket sales and from the sponsoring was not enough to get LED screens. So my mates who run a tech company, building stages all around Germany for festivals, told me they have these heavy projectors and walls that they can set up. So everything you see in those videos are not LED walls, that are like basically projectors that projecting the video onto these walls. And the whole video display was, I think, 37 meters wide. I don't know
Oh
if you
damn!
understand how large it was.
One screen
Crazy.
is 37 meters.
Yeah, that's why they are separated,
Oh
because we
damn!
had to like, we couldn't like have like one all around LED wall.
Yep.
We
Yep.
had
Yep.
these screens, and since we had to deal with this and the projectors, it didn't really worked as I thought, to bring in the people into these different worlds. So we decided last minute to also run regular visuals and make it like more pop using our regular visuals. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but still like some heavy construction, you know, It kind of reminds me a little bit like Las Vegas, the Sphere. Have you heard of that?
A little bit, like 10% of
Yeah.
it. Yes, I would love to
Yeah.
play in a venue like this. Yeah, that would be super cool. But yeah, we try to make something really cool for the fans, and they all appreciate it. And I'm happy it went sold out, and I'm super um, hyped for next year to do more stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows
That's
you don't need
crazy.
boiler room. It shows you don't need boiler room to throw a cool event. And what a lot of people don't know, you can actually like buy a boiler room. So if you want to play a boiler room, you can buy it, and you
Mm.
pay them their licensing fee, and they will come to your city and put their logo inside of the room, and maybe put some cameras, and that's it. So I
Mhm.
rather draw my event myself, have all the footage on my channel, and can make whatever I want on it, and can get sponsors involved, etc. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I wouldn't say no if Boiler Room or any other platform would ask me for a set. I wouldn't say no, but I would suggest to any DJ out there to create their own Boiler Room types of sets, put it online, because it
Yeah.
always gives you um, good footage for your social media. And if you play like a 60-minute or 90-minute set, you can cut it in so many small videos. You have content for ages, you know.
Yeah. That's true. Like, love it or hate it, right? Boiler Room really inspires a lot of DJs to create their own versions of Boiler Room,
Yeah,
because like no matter, obviously Boiler Room has evolved to become a little bit more commercial, or actually a lot more commercial.
yeah,
That we don't want that, so we create our own version. And I think right now, Gen Z is like the younger generation is like empowering us to do this kind of thing. It's more like kind of like anti-establishment, like like, hey, so what if you're a big brand? I have something cooler and it's worth supporting, and everybody should go for it. So
yeah,
simple.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
also like loads of cool venues in certain type of cities where they have their own type of boiler room, where they set up a little venue and install
Yep.
cameras and bring in people every week, and create their own little platform. And I think that's way cooler than having a big YouTube channel that is really like making money off of this, and not really into like showcasing talent no more. It's more like
Yep. Yep.
collecting licensing fees. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it looks to me, to be
I
honest.
mean, I think at the end of the day, it's like business, right? So if they don't evolve, then I also don't know what will happen to them. Also, maybe they
Mm.
will no longer exist. Who knows? But at the end of the day, that's the business aspect, right? It has nothing to
Yeah,
do with
it's a
the arts.
business.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know how familiar you are you with Berkine? Since you live in Germany, right?
I
Do
never
you
been
like?
there.
Oh, you've never been there? Do
No,
you
I don't
know
know
anything
why.
about it?
Yeah, I know some stories of my friends, but
Mm.
I've no interest in at all to be there. I think, from what I've heard, I think it's overhyped,
Oh,
and
I think maybe the genre of music is not the kind of music that you produce or you play. I mean you focus a lot on bass music, right? And that is primarily techno or something like that, right?
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Because
think for
last week,
many people it's a dream to be there as a guest, but
yeah.
I don't know anything about it except what people have told me, and
Right, right, right.
I would not stand in a line for several hours just to got sent home.
Yeah.
Why? I have better things to do, like
I
if
love
people
it.
do this, it's
This is so
fine,
practical.
Yeah, if people want to do this, it's fine. But for me, why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
I don't know if you've seen this Japanese channel. It's damn funny. People right pay to go to this cafe or restaurant just to get slapped in the face. It's like an actual service.
Funny.
I don't know. Maybe people, people are crazy like that. Yeah, I just recently saw it. It's legitimate, man. You can pay them to slap you once or twice or like 10 times. It's funny. Yeah, but back to the point, right? I just heard from one of my friends last week that like Burkine is closing. I don't know, maybe not true, maybe true. But then,
I have
I've also
no info about that. Sorry.
yeah, because I've also seen like I follow digital DJ tips, and they're saying that UK clubs are also, a lot of them are also closing down, and it's the same in
That's true.
Singapore. Yeah, it's the same in Singapore. I don't know. Is it the same in Germany? Like a lot
Yeah.
of clubs are also not doing well.
Yeah. It's not only doing that. It's not only the only problem. Let's say this again. The problem is not only that they're not doing well. The main problem is that the places where the clubs are in are owned by companies that want to make them to flats or office buildings because they can make more money off of it.
Yeah.
That is why Watergate is closing, for example, that their contract, the rental contract is ending, and they will kick them out because for the owners it's more they will earn more money with putting some other business inside of these buildings than having a club. And also, the local governments, the city governments, they really need to support club culture more and keep these places alive. But in many cities, it won't happen, and that's why clubs are closing and will be pushed out of the city centers, outside of the city, and it makes it more complicated to get people there. And I think what I've really seen is that events where DJs are booked that are some like headliners and selling tickets work quite well, but regular clubs that have just a regular program, they have to shrink down to smaller sizes because people don't go out like that no more. They go to see a certain type of DJ, but it's not like it was that there is this hip hop club open every Friday and it's always packed. It's not like that no more.
Yeah.
You have to. But on the other side, like concerts or hard ticket shows of DJs or rap bands or rappers or artists, they selling good, So that's why I think becoming an artist as a DJ can be a good idea if you wanna like make this like a
Full-time thing.
a full-time thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, man. I think because club is like every week you go, it's the same thing, it's the same thing, it's the same thing. People want to go for something refreshing, and especially with I think TikTok, right? Like TikTok is like, okay, you're bored, you swipe, you bored, you swipe, right? So right now, the mentality of the people now is like they are very easily bored, and on social media they can see everything already. So what's next? How are you gonna impress them? So it's starting to make it more and more difficult. And obviously the landlord is not helping us. So
And
yeah,
the thing is, also, you get everything online now. You get the music, you meet people online, it's and even if you don't went to the event, you see it online next day. So it's really not that you miss anything not going out, So the only thing is, if you really want to see an artist performing live in person, that is where people go into the club and they go to this certain show and that's it, So that's why festivals are popular, where you can see multiple artists on the same day, or hard ticket shows.
Yeah.
That's at least
that's
my
exactly
that is what I've noticed. Sorry.
yeah. That's exactly it. Because it's like going down to a physical venue, right? It's really a choice, and it's like an emotional decision. It's like, oh, I love this guy so much. He made me feel something that I want to go down and physically see him. It's kind of like that, pop star kind of parasocial relationship kind of thing. But then it can also apply for a very talented musician. But I believe there is a smaller percentage of people that go to a music event just to enjoy a music event versus people that go down there just to see their superstar. They just want to be in their presence. They don't care about the music.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah. And for yourself, do you also get booked in US also?
Actually, right now we are planning on dates. The
Yeah,
problem is the visa. I have to get a work visa, and it only makes sense if you have a couple of gigs already lined up.
yeah.
So it's a long process to put this together. But yes, my team is working on it. We will start with dates in Canada and then go to the US very soon after.
Yeah. I don't know, like in the US, do you have to like kind of play different music or like culturally quite similar? I'm not sure.
In the situation that I am now, play my show, so if you will. So I always adjust a little bit to what type of event it is. So if it's
Yeah.
more underground, I will play more underground. If it's more mainstream, we'll play a little bit more commercial.
Yeah.
But in general, like all the thousands of tracks that I have in my DJ library, I don't really know that need them no more.
Mm.
I really like have my program. I play my tunes. I play my mashups and remixes that from the socials, and also play loads of unreleased stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't adjust too much because it really worked out for me super well over the last years to play my show as I want to play it, and
Yeah.
people becoming fans of it and then want to see it again or want to like watch it again on YouTube or start following me for exactly this. And when they
Mm.
come to a show and then I would do something totally different, it would upset the people that came to see me, and I
Mm.
really refuse to upset my fans.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
if
yeah,
I
yeah.
might lose some people that are there, like just because they are there doesn't mean I have to play for them. I mean, that doesn't mean don't read the crowd. Uh, you should read the crowd, but in your type of room,
Yeah.
So if you are standing for something, you gotta bring this to the table, and don't confuse your fans with just trying to make everyone happy, because this never will happen. I hope this is
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
trying to say. It's really
yeah.
important to be yourself and represent what's your idea of the night, and it really worked out for me to play my program, play my tracks, play my remixes. It made me become um, booked in loads of cool festivals in a scene
Yeah.
that I wasn't even in before, So
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, you craft your own artist identity and then you just like focus on that.
yeah,
You no longer have to be an open format DJ anymore. Yeah,
no,
basically.
because there
Yeah.
there are a lot of open format DJs already who do a great
Yep.
job, and they have all these resident DJ jobs, or they are booked for all these clubs, and
Yep.
people go there to because they know they have the best open format music. But I'm not 100% sure if they really see, there is this name of open format DJ, this and that on the lineup, I will go there. I think it's more like in Vegas, for example, they go to this club because they've heard, this club is good.
Yep.
And then maybe they look after, who's the open format DJ playing. And also these clubs always have
DJ
like,
Vice.
yeah, superstar headlining DJs,
Yeah, yeah,
who
yeah,
play like 1 hour and they do their thing, and around them there's this open format DJ
yeah.
trying to like make everyone in the room happy. And I rather want to be like the headliner doing my show than trying to, you know,
Yep.
be the open format DJ. Because after winning Three Style, I played loads of open format shows, but a great open format DJ doesn't make you a headliner on festivals. You can be the best
Yes.
open format DJ in the world, but you don't see them on the festivals. And I want to rather play the festivals and own hard ticket shows than
Yep.
being the best open format DJ, you know?
Yep. Totally understand. Yeah, both artistically and financially, it completely makes sense. So right now, the kind of genres you are playing, are you just focused on drum and bass, or you are like a mixture of like drum and bass and dubstep, or?
Yeah, sometimes I mix in my old dubstep records that I made, but mainly I play drum and bass. Really depends on the event. If there's an event where multiple genres are being played, I will also play some dubstep, but mainly I will play only drum and bass because that's what the people know me for, and that's so cool that lots of my fans um, like my transition to being a drum and bass artist. You know,
Yeah, man. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit like Japanese DMC, where they do the drum and bass sets. It's so
it's
you
so
know,
close, right? It's
it
just
works so well, right, with turntablism.
yeah. Also, you
Yeah,
can recycle a lot of the old routines that you had and just put it into like a new drum and bass style, and it works again, you know. And what I really
yeah,
like about the drum and bass scene as well, they really admire the DJs that are good on the decks, not only the producers, you know. There are so
yeah.
many good DJs in drum and bass, like
I mean,
Craze
like,
and
yeah,
Marky and so many others that
yeah,
are technical skilled and that are scratching and all this stuff. And
yeah.
it's so cool that the fans really appreciate this. You don't even have this type of appreciation in hip hop no more. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah. So
like if a
true, so true.
DJ is scratching in hip hop sets nowadays, the chances are high that people will be annoyed by it. You know, in the club. So
Yeah,
if it's
man.
like a club gig, you know,
Yeah, yeah, a bit laggy. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're back. So, yeah, man, totally understand. Because at the end of the day, hip hop, right, the main emphasis is the rapper, right? The DJ is just a supporting act.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's nobody's fault for not like focusing on the DJ. But yeah,
Hmm.
bass music, especially when I'm looking like at like full producers, not even turntablists, like DJ Headex, right, the drum and bass guy. Yeah, and then they are doing that multi-deck, triple drop kind of like mixing. Yeah, so technical, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" The fans actually understood, and that's what stood out for me for drum and bass. And another one is the Chase and Status boiler room set, also pretty sick. Whatever that they did, and then they bring out like a rapper live. So
Yeah.
I'm also thinking like DJing is kind of by itself kind of getting stale. We had to introduce like visual elements. I don't know. Do you foresee yourself one day, picking up an instrument and then, adding it into your DJ sets?
No, not at the moment. My instrument is
Mm,
my mixer, and I
mm,
try to display it as much as possible.
yep.
What we're doing right now is bringing a camera that streams the video signal to the LED walls to make sure that people can actually see what I do.
Yep.
I think it's kind of the perfect solution to display my style of DJing to show the mixer on the screens from time to time, mix it with the visuals, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. At least you're doing something, and then people won't just be like, you know, I mean, realistically, like if you are like gathering around a DJ and the DJ is just waiting for the next chorus to drop and it's so boring. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and then maybe lastly we'll talk a little bit about what are some of your future plans, like maybe like 2025. Are you gonna bring back that 360 show as like a yearly occurrence, or are you gonna like dive into a new genre or stick with drum and
Mhm.
bass or something?
Um, so we will record two more 360 shows this weekend. So in England.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's not like the same size as in Berlin. It's smaller. It's it become more and more the standard for shows to be a 360 show. So there will be 2 more clips, I believe, very soon.
Yep.
And I'm already stoked how it will turn out. Like my goal is to play more shows in the UK. So this will be my first headline show, and I really hope that it will work good. So I can play more festivals outside of Germany in the next year. And my goals for next year are playing North America, playing in dates there, and festival season already looks good. We have a lot of bookings for good slots confirmed already, and I have so many tracks ready to release. Next single, like my current single is dropping basically while we were recording this year today. Sound System Rockin'. I made a track with DJ Puffy, who is hosting the instrumental drum and bass track that I made. The next release will be a remix for a New York rock band. They asked me to make a drum and bass remix of their song. Then late November, I have a single coming out. And I'm not sure if we will drop a record in December, but in January will be the next single. And I have an EP almost finished with a drum and bass producer from Hamburg. His name is Feed the Fire. What else? I have a track ready with UC. He's a dancehall reggae artist from Germany. Working with René Lavais on this track, who is a Canadian artist living in London, as far as I know. And it's just like a lot of stuff happening right now.
Super stacked. I'm seeing even Mala is transitioning into drum and bass.
Really?
Mala, So pretty interesting times. And all right. Thank you so much for today, man. We covered quite a lot. And all the best to your career. And I hope to see you in Asia soon, man.
Same to you, man. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm super excited to see what all the people have to say about our little conversation, and hope to talk soon to you. Right?